Hi, all of you wonderful students. This is Brian Sorial, and I am your instructor for this MACA 1200 V1601, which is a 16-week online Illustrator course. And I hope to get to know all of you throughout this semester, and you're always welcome to come visit me in my office, which is R115 at South Campus. This is your opening Canvas page, and I want to get right into how you get to the first assignment, and then I want to go back through Safari, because this is Canvas. This is Chrome, and I'm going to show you how to get onto this class, and if you have any issues I'll show you what to do with that. But let's say you're already clicked onto this class. Okay, now don't remember, I'm going to show you how to click onto this class. But what I first want all of you to understand is that even though this may be the first page, the modules have all the assignments, okay? And right here that I'm going to highlight right down here, this is actually right there the assignment list, which I'm going to put a PDF on screen. All you'd have to do is click that and you'll get a PDF to download to your desktop on the assignments, okay? So I'm going to bring that over here to this window. Here is that file that will download to your screen, and it shows you every single assignment. It shows you from Guide 2 Pen and Path, and the fact that there are 2 assignments, and that you begin them, of course, in the first week, but you turn both in at the end of the second week. Okay? You can turn them both in together, and you can turn them both into the same assignment Dropbox. The same is true for Guide 3, which is the music icons. You begin them in the third week, and this one should be so fast that you can finish it in the third week. And don't panic if you ever have to miss a deadline. As you're going to see a couple of times in this movie, I'm not focused on deadlines. I'm focused on gaining skill. Guide 4 is the vintage logo, and you can see there are 2 files for that. You begin them in week 4, and you end them in week 5. The Zentangle is your initial or whatever letter you want it to be filled with really cool stuff. See how there's really cool stuff inside those letters, and it shows a lot about vector and how to do it. You begin in week 6 and you end in week 7, and I want to show you how this correlates to the first day handout and to Canvas. Okay, so Guide 6 is the character art. I'll zoom in a little bit and I'll move it over just so you can see it. And Guide 7 is the gradient mesh. There it is. Guide 8 is a vector poster. I did my Star Wars, that's Leia of Star Wars, in my vector poster. Guide 9 is obviously a very losing baseball team, but we still love them, the Detroit Tigers. And you don't have to do the Detroit Tigers. You can do any team or any music venue or anything as a center logo. You don't have to do the Tigers. It doesn't even have to be sports related, but that's way, way, way down in week 13 and week 14, okay? And the last one is an infographic, which is starting in week 15 and going to week 16. So what I want to do is back out of this and show you that I've listed all the weeks over here and the dates that correspond to the weeks. I would always have this handout handy. And here it says right there, I am not focused on due date, just skilled artists. I even ask you, do not hurry the assignment just to meet the due date. You know and I know that deadlines are very important, but at this point in your training, I am concentrating on skill, which is far more important than just meeting a deadline. As we all know, deadlines are important. And I do tell you here that the info assignment at the bottom is still in progress. It'll be done by about the 4th or 5th week completely, but everything else is done. So let me put this onto my other screen, and then I'm going to go into the first day handout. So when you click this little button right there, this little link, you get a first day handout, which is, if you see, is on my screen right here, and I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to show you that it is going to come just like this. And let me go to the first page. So here's the first page of that handout, and I'm going to zoom down here to where it shows you how to get in contact with me and everything else that's important, all the semester dates. These semester dates correspond to the same dates that I have in Canvas. And it also shows you, if we advance it very quickly, I have a first day handout questionnaire that I want you to read all of this stuff in here because I think it's important, or I wouldn't have put it in there. But the list that we just went through is the same list that's right here, Guide 1 through Guide 10, okay? And it shows you the point value. It also corresponds to week 1 all the way to week 16. So it shows you what is due in week 2. It shows you in week 3 you're going to do the music icons, and it's actually due week 3. In week 4 you start, I'll zoom in. In week 4 you start the vintage logo, but you don't turn it in until the end of week 5. So you can go through that, and it's pretty easy to understand, okay? But what is very important is that you understand the simplicity of not only how to get onto Canvas, but how to utilize Canvas and utilize my tutorials. I am not, and I'm going to repeat after I say this, I am not a PDF person. I don't like step-by-step guidelines. I know you do, but that's not the real way to learn. I have put a step-by-step guideline in the very first assignment here for the pen and path. There is a PDF file, but I ask you here, watch all the movies. It says review the movies, shape 1 through shape 8 movie. It says please review them, because I want you to make sure that you get everything you can. You cannot do the assignments by the PDF files. You need the PDF file for the path and pen, but you also have to watch the movie. Okay, so I'm going to go through Safari, and I'm going to show you by just clicking Safari and going to my MACA. There's a number you can call if you have an issue. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to log in, and I'm going to come back on screen after I log in. Okay, I've logged into my MACA, and I'm going to go over here and show you that down on the left-hand side is Canvas. It's the second one down in Campus Applications, and you click on Canvas. Now, if your class does not show up right here right away up in this list, I have a lot of classes, but you may have only 1 or 2. Go all the way down to the bottom. This number right there you call, and when the person answers, you tell them your student ID and that you're enrolled in this class, okay? And give them the number of the class. It's the MACA 1200 V 1601 and 2019 winter, okay? So you tell them, and they will get you to either, you might have to go do the student introduction to online learning tutorial, or they might just get you right into the class. But let me minimize that and go to my Chrome version of this, because I want you to see what the class is again. Okay, so now we're back into the Canvas class. You have the assignment list. It's right here. So now you want to begin the first assignment and do the Guide 1 Tool Palette quiz. Okay, so you go over to here in Canvas and you click on the Modules button. You see in this general course information, I have another copy of my welcome announcement. I want you to click that. I also want you to go in and if you need it again, there's the assignment list, okay? And you go down to the week 1 module. In the week 1 module, there's a welcome message from me. There's a first day handout questionnaire, which you're going to get a 0 on when you first do it, because I have to review your answer. So don't panic when you get a 0 on the first day handout questionnaire. So just review the first day handout. It's only 10 questions, and I'm sure you can find the answers very easily to those questions, okay? So let's go back to the module. I didn't mean to click that. Let's go back here, and now I want you to take this tool palette test, but I have a practice test. I even have a blank one of these. So download this to your screen. It shows you the Illustrator. Let me see if I have that on my screen. So here is that file. It's right over here. And let me put this over here. Must be this one. Okay, which one is it? All right, I thought I double-clicked it. Let me see again. Oh, I did the wrong one. Okay. It was such a small icon I couldn't see. So now let me hit Command 0 so you can see this is the tool palette test. I think in industry it's extremely important to know quick keys. So I want you to review these quick keys. I've even given you a blank one of these. If you want to print them out at home, let me show you this. I'm going to take a second to do this. So let me go back in here and let's go to the blank one. Now in the blank one you can see that you can fill in the answers. So practice this please and take it seriously, because I really want you to be good at Adobe Illustrator, and I don't want you to use and have to use all the menu items. I want you to use the quick keys. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to the first assignment. So the first assignment was, let me bring it over here again. The first assignment was the Guide to Pen and Path. Okay, so after you have completed this quiz right here, here's the tool palette quiz. So you're supposed to take this quiz. Your screen isn't going to look like mine. Mine I can actually go in and edit, but I can preview the test and this is what it looks like. So you're supposed to find the keyboard shortcut for the direct selection tool and so on all the way through 10 questions. Okay, so let me go back to here. Whoops, I keep on clicking that. I want to go back to the module. Okay, so here are the movies. But here is the way that my modules work. If I haven't told you this, I'm telling you now. Okay, so there is going to be an asset file for most of the assignments. It's a folder that will download to your machine. So I'm going to click it and it's going to appear right over here. So here's the Pen and Path zip. You see it on my desktop? I'm going to double click the folder because I already opened it up. It shows you that you have a PDF file. It opened on my other screen, so I want you to see what it's like. Here's the PDF file, okay? You can go through it. It's not a big deal. Now, here's the actual file in Adobe Illustrator. So you are to go in, and you're given 2 layers in this file. So let me go into the panel options just so I can make the layer icon large, just so you can see it on my screen. Do not unlock the tracing layer. You are to work on the drawing layer. Again, do not unlock the tracing layer. Just work on the drawing layer and make sure you name your file with your name and Pen and Path or Guide to. All right. But I say that in the movies. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the other screen. I'm going back to the Canvas window. This is the module. Once you watch all of these movies right here, and the color movie, in week 2 is a Dropbox. You click it. Now where I have published, you're going to have the word submit. So you can submit as many files as you want. You don't just have to submit one file. You can click it again and submit both the black and white and the color version. Okay, so let's go now to the next assignment. Let's say you finished Guide 2 and you want to go to Guide 3. Here is the music icon zip. So all the assets are right in the zip file. There is a Read Me First PDF, which I want you to read so you can see the size of the images that you have to make. And I've written a few little various things in here that will give you a nice indication. And you can click this button here and download this to the desktop. Okay, so I want you to read the Read Me First one on it. But you have to watch the movies. So when you click this movie, you're going to be able to just play it. Hello, and I hope that you... And now I want you to follow the movie, pause it when you need to. I usually tell a student to watch the whole movie first, go back, and then play it a step by step at a time, and you'll get very used to following me. Okay, and what's nice is if you have a problem, you can go back in the movie and fix your problem. Okay, so this is week 3. Here's the Dropbox for the music icon. You just turn it into week 3. Now this is why I've named this week 4 and 5, because the logo assignment starts in week 4, but you turn it in week 5. So here are the 2 movies. Here's the logo zip. Here's a Read Me First. So read that, please. and then do the logo finish the movie, name it with your name and the logo, vintage logo or guide 4, and turn it into this Dropbox. In week 6 or 7, you move to the Zentangle. Here is the Zentangle zip. I have a zip file for it. There's a README first PDF for it, and there are 3 movies for it, all the way through to the final one. Okay? So, where you really want to go is in modules, and where you really want to understand is get the asset file, watch the movies, and look for the word Dropbox, just like right there, to turn in the file. That's as easy as this semester should be, but I do want you to hear something. So I'm going to put the assignments back on my screen. Should you ever have an issue with any assignment, please, through Canvas, email me and attach your Illustrator file to the email and tell me if you're having an issue and where you're having an issue. Let's say you get through shape 5 and you can't do shape 6. Let's say you do a few of these music icons and you're all confused with something. Tell me that in the email. I'll do a quick movie for you to show you and get you on your way. And what's cool about this online class is I can do it any day of the week. I respond very, very quickly, within a day, to your question, most of the time. And you have a movie to get you back on the road, because I know this is a lot in this semester. I know that you have all of these assignments to do, but it's not as overwhelming as you think. Learning Illustrator and being passionate about it, I think you will get that. I want to make a point here, and I want to go back to this opening page here in Canvas, this page that you will come up with. I want you to watch the Brian Sorial portfolio movie, and then I really want you to watch the introduction movie, okay? Because it gives you a kind of a really cool, passionate kick to really understand how much energy and passion I bring to this class and how cool this whole industry is. So welcome to my class, and let me know if you have any issues. And of course, I may have a date or two wrong somewhere, so I would appreciate if anybody finds anything to just let me know, and I'll fix it as soon as I can. But I hope I've given you a pretty good introduction to the class and to me, and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you.